Hello everybody, I have some quick and easy cards to share with you. I am featuring the Letter It collection from Ranger Ink. And like I said, they're going to be super simple and I'm going to make, I think, about 5 cards today. I am showcasing mainly the embossing powders, the inks, and the stamps. I will be doing more videos on all of these products very soon, and I did do a haul video sharing with you what I received from Ranger. So if you want to see that, be sure to click on the little tab that's going to be showing in the upper right hand corner, and you could see all of the supplies. So what I'm doing is I have some watercolor paper and I cut it down to 1/4 of an inch smaller than a standard card, and I am just creating a nice watercolor panel here. So what I did was I took worn lipstick and seedless preserves and I tapped some on some plastic, added a little bit of water to the plastic and the watercolor paper, and then smushed the watercolor paper into that color. And you get a really nice watercolor effect. These are the Distress Oxide inks. I didn't say that in the beginning, but they are the oxide inks which react to water. So as you could see there, after I added some more color with a stencil to create a little bit of design on the card front, I sprinkled some water and then lifted it up, and it kind of creates some cool splatters. Right, so I have the Ranger stamp block from this collection, and I am using the Celebration stamp set, and I just love this woohoo. It's so cute. And I am using the embossing ink, and I stamp it out, and then now I'm using the pewter embossing powder, and you can see here I'm just gonna shake that on there and then tap off the excess and then heat set this, and you'll see here that it is a really nice color. It is almost black but not quite. It's got a really dark gray color to it. I stamped out "You Did It," and now I'm just adding some more embossing powder and shaking the excess off, and then I needed a little bit more on the "it" word, and then I will be heat setting that to melt the embossing powder. So now it's going to say "Woohoo, you did it," and I love the fonts in these stamp sets. So to finish off the card, I am just splattering on some Distress Picket Fence spray. And if you are new to my channel, I am more of a mixed media type crafter, so I do a lot of mixed media type projects. So that is where the splatters come in, and you saw a picture of the finished card. I will have more pictures over on my website in a blog post, so be sure to check it out if you want to see all of the photos from the cards that I've created. So now I am taking the Distress Oxide in Wild Honey. I put some down on this plastic cover that I have on my desk to protect it, and I actually did lose the plastic sheet that I was using, but that's why I decided just to do it on my desk, easy cleanup, and because I do have that plastic on my desk. Anyway, so I did the same thing. I smushed it in the color. I'm using watercolor paper again, and then I splattered some water, picked it up, and then I'm using the same stencil, doing the same technique, taking a blending tool and just kind of adding a little bit more interest to the card. And it doesn't take much. It's really subtle and easy to do, but I think it adds a lot of interest to the card. Now I'm using the thank you set and taking the same embossing ink and just stamped it on the card front. And then this one is navy blue embossing powder. And I think it comes with the perfect amount of embossing powder in the little containers. And I like it because if you're new to crafting or if you don't have a lot of space or something, these little collections that Ranger has put together in this new line of products is perfect for you because you can have you know, a variety of different products and create so many different, you know, projects or cards, tags, anything that you want to create. So again, I did the same thing. I am now adding some white splatters with the Picket Fence Distress Spray, and now it's going to say thanks so much. I didn't finish the cards off on camera. I did add them to card bases in the end. So you can see there, it's quite bright yellow in the picture. So I am just going to continue to do the same techniques to these cards using the watercolor paper and just kind of smushing in the color to the paper. This color is Peacock Feathers, probably one of my favorites. I had to really force myself to use different colors for these cards. I wanted them all this color. Again, same thing. I am going to take the stencil and then just add a little bit of interest to the card front. I'm really loving the tone-on-tone effect with the Distress Oxide inks, and then the bold sentiment that I add. And again, I'm doing the same thing to all of them. Well, most of them. I didn't add the stencil and the ink to a couple of them, but basically all of them I did the same thing. So now I'm splattering on the water, picking it up, and then you could see that it creates really cool effect. So this time I am using the baby stamp set, and it's going to say welcome little one, and I am using the jet black ink pad, and they are really tiny ink pads, but again, I think they are perfect for any crafter that has limited space, or if you take a lot of trips and like to bring craft supplies with you, this line of products is perfect. Or if you just want these stamps and the inks and everything to try out, it is perfect. So I am again doing the same thing. I'm adding the white splatters. You could do this with white paint, but I find the best white splatters I get is when I use the Distress ink, the Picket Fence. So you saw a picture of the finished card, and I am going to move on to the next one. And again, I am taking peacock feathers and some watercolor paper, and I spritzed the color on my desk there and also the watercolor paper. So it's like a wet on wet effect. And then I'm just kind of sliding it on there. Some of them I kind of smushed in the color, and then this one I'm kind of sliding just to give it a different look. And then I spray a little bit more water, and I am kind of moving the paper around a little bit to help the color flow and make a really cool watercolor effect on the paper. And I go in again, kind of smushing it in to get a little bit darker in some areas, and go in with a little bit more water to get it to flow really nicely. And then if there's too much water pooling up, I am taking a paper towel and just kind of dabbing it off just a little bit. And now I'm going to heat set this. I did heat set all of them. I don't know if I said that already, but I do heat set them all. I'm too impatient to let them dry on their own. So this one, I am using the Celebration stamp set, and I am stamping out Celebrate with the embossing ink, and then I am going to use Marigold. I love this color, and it's like a yellow goldish color. It's really pretty. So I just sprinkle on the embossing powder, shake off the excess, and then now I'm going to heat set this. And you could see, if you're new to embossing, then you could see how it works. You just need that heat tool to melt that embossing powder, and it creates a really cool effect. There's so many different embossing powders. I haven't even used half of them in today's video, and I will definitely be doing more videos showcasing the different embossing powders and inks. from this collection or this line of products from Ranger. All right, this is going to be the last card for this video, and I am taking the Wild Honey Distress Oxide ink and the watercolor paper, again, just smushing it in there and just kind of trying to create a really cool watercolor effect on the card front. And this one I am using the Greetings stamp set. And like I said, if you want to see these products, all of the supplies will be listed down below, so you can go check them out. They are not available just yet, but be sure to hit the notify me button over on scrapbook.com to be emailed once they come in stock. So this one I just used the shadow gray ink to stamp out hello. You could see the finished card. And I'm just going to flip through all of these panels before I turned them into the cards. And you could see you can get a variety of different looks using basically the same techniques and supplies. So I'm just going to run through these cards to give you a up close look at them. Sometimes pictures are a little bit different than video and vice versa, so I wanted to give you a different look at the cards. So again, you can check out more pictures over on my website, as well as a supply list and all of the details where you can find these products. I want to thank scrapbook.com and Ranger for sending me these products. I really have enjoyed working with all of these supplies, and again, there will be more videos to come, so be sure to be subscribed to my channel if you want to see more videos. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and you can also share it on social media. And I want to thank you guys again. And here is a couple videos you might enjoy, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.